ñu ngi ci ànd ak yéen ak yónneekaay xaalis bu gën a màgg ci Gambia mën nga jot xaalis fépp fi nga ne bàyyeekoo kaatong ba koy na te doo ci am benn jafe-jafe waaw mën nga jot xaalis bàyyeekoo ci sa ay mbokka ak am di jàmma nekk ci UK Europe US Canada Switzerland ak àddina wërngal képp ak suñu yónneekaay xaalis bu màgg bi nga xam ne dafa wóor gaaw te noppale fii ci biir Gambia Supersonics Money Transfer ñu ngi ci ñetti fukk ak ñeent dëkka ci biir Afrika ngir jox leen melowaay yu gën ci jotum xaalis bi nga xam ne kenn du ko laam-laamee saytu leen ñu ci Google Play Store wala App Store ngir mun a bindu ci suñ app bii di Supersonics Money Transfer app ndax ngeen mun a bànneexu ci suñ money transfer services yi ay mbégte rek la ak Supersonics.
dem jël peegu coronavirus kon génn leen ngeen dem jël peegu coronavirus
I would like to as well present a very huge welcoming and appreciation of the press from all the media houses here present. Thank you so much for answering to the call, and thank you so much for being prepared to disseminate information for this very important program. So I'll first introduce, of course, Mr. Bakari Sonko, the National Programs Coordinator of Peace Hub the Gambia, who is part of the technical support team for the album launch. After him, we have Mr. Jibu M. Sedi, the production manager for this very important program. So since the last is reserved for the best, I will skip that, and I will introduce Sticky B, one of the most prominent and recognized promoters that we have in the country. And from him, we have Master Four, who is basically leading the team, the press team, as far as this press conference is concerned. So without wasting any time, I would introduce Mr. Jibu M. Sedi to tell us what the program, what the album launch is all going to be about, the logistics involved, the security apparatus involved, and everything that has to do with what you know regarding the program. So, Mr. Sedi, the mic is yours.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this press briefing of I Am Barhama, the album. As you rightly mentioned, over the years, it's not just this year, but precisely sometimes 2 years, the idea was having that there should be a concert, there should be an album, and there should be something to be given back from Barhama himself to the music lovers and the community of the Gambia. Because when say Barhama, when we say Barhama, I mean the ladies would say the golden voice. And even some of us, the men, would say, of course, the golden voice, because Barhama had been that household name and that household person to all of us. So when this year came, the idea was also launched that we would work towards an album. Now, after having the songs, an idea of producing what type of songs you want to bring, the biggest thought is what the name of the album would be like. And luckily enough, from Barhama's mindset, we have a title called I Am Barhama. Now, I Am Barhama, some of you would say, Lan mo tax ni am an album, and we're calling it I Am Barhama. Basically, we just want to tell you that you could be anyone, but Suneke Jamarek, you've represented everyone. That is why we try to conceptualize the title itself, I Am Barhama, and we are able to reach out to the hearts and minds of Gambians that I Am Barhama represents peace. I Am Barhama means peace. So when we started the project and everything until today, we have been advocating for peace and to ensure that peace is the highlight of our production. And as of today, you realize some of the speakers on this high table here include Peace of the Gambia, to whom Barhama is a brand ambassador. What does that tell you? It tells you that the album is not even moving an inch. We are still on track and we are promoting peace. Again, this year, 2021, will be an election year, as Gambians are fully aware. And we want to promote peace. The album has already spoke for itself, that I Am Barhama is peace. Today in our hashtag and all our promotional items, we say I am Barhama because Denbuga represent Jama, Denbuga represent Jilkanam, Denbuga represent Gambia. So that is why we have chosen also a Gambian venue for all of you, and a venue, of course, that is suitable to all of us for an album launching. We said we're going to put it at Q City. And we chose a date, perhaps convenient to all of us, towards election, at least a month to election, which is on the 23rd of this month, October. Now, you ask logistics. I mean, we are rehearsing one of the finest bands in the country. We don't want to produce an amateur show. We want to ensure that whatever we are bringing on the stage is of class. Someone asked, what is different from any other album launching to yours? We said because we are Barhama. We are Barhama is just a difference from any other album launching in this country. Some of the promoters in this table will tell you they have attended a lot of album launchings, and in the crowd, a lot of people have promoted and produced a lot of album launching. But when you come on the 23rd, you will realize that it is one of its kind because it is a Barhama concept. And the album is of peace, and the album is called I Am Barhama. You ask again, how are we in terms of security? And we are peace. So you cannot come to our event and find crime. It's not possible. We have peace of the Gambia. Their color is white. You cannot come to our event and have something else. You all know Barhama. One of the most, someone would say, one of the most coolest artists in the country. Award should be given to Barhama every year. And I'm sure you, the media, will agree with me. Because Bai is down to everyone. Bai is connected to everyone. Whatever is associated to Barhama has been peace throughout our journey and has been peace throughout his career as an artist. So that is why we use the opportunity today to talk to the media and brief you as to how we want to do it. We would launch the album on the 23rd, and our tickets would be advanced. As you've seen, we're promoting $200 each before the event. And of course, 400 as cheap as it is, the media would say no, but of course, $400 would be at the event itself, and 1,500 for people like Dollar who are VIPs would obviously go for 1,500. And we have dozens of those types that want to go for the $1,500 ticket. So basically, the idea to put it out there, the idea to make sure you, the powerful team, that is the media house, to send the message across that if we launch the album, inshallah, we would launch it. We want you to know that we are not going to relent in just launching an album. We are going to continue our promotion of peace in this country. And the peace of the Gambia would emphasize on that. Because their brand ambassador, Barhama, is launching I Am Barhama. So they are one of the biggest in this. They will tell you that even after the launching, we will continue to spread peace. Because I think the UNESCO would say, since war begins in the minds of men, it is in the minds of men that the defense of peace must be constructed. So we will continue to construct the defense of peace. And when you look at Barhama, it's your best defense. When you look at the team we're working with, it's your best defense. So therefore, we would want to make sure that the public out there is fully informed of our album launch. Every logistic you might think of is in place. And not to also forget, the biggest names in Gambian music will perform. Think of anybody, if you call the name, I'll tell you they're going to perform. So the biggest name in Gambian music will perform on that day at the Q City. Do not be anywhere on that day. Be at Q City. And we want to ensure that we start on time. Production is all about time. That is why we're going to maintain our time. Start on time, finish on time. For some of you who want to go and do after party, we will allow you to do your after party. So it's a Saturday for you to come, launch the album with us, and then do your activity. But ensure that when you're coming there, have something in you that represents peace. So make a white outfit or white something under a dress or outfit because you German in your work that day, and we want to ensure we look at peace. And we would surprise a lot of people on that day with our usual surprises as a team, and we'll work towards that. So I think basically this is just the information we want to also share from our part in the production area. The colleagues on the high table will share the other related information as well. So media houses, we thank you again for coming, and thank you for leaving your time to always share our information and be with us as partners in national development. Thank you very much.
sufficiently so about everything that is going to take place on that day. Pour bamtuwaat ko rek pour déggal ko si wolof tuuti I am Barhama lu mu firndeel mooy man maay jàmm te si ne man maay jàmm boobu noonu amul si man ñun ñëpp ñoo ko bokk te xam ne ñu ngi ñëw jublu élection bi on the 4th December lépp lu nga xamante ni ñu ngi koy def dafa war a méngoo ak jàmm te Barhama moom nee na man du ma nekk artiste rek téye ko foofu noonu def musique bu nga xamante ni moo ma neex waaye dama def musique bu nga xamante ne jël xool yi boole leen jël xel yi soppi leen make sure ne comme képp ku nga xamante ne nii Gambien nga xam ne ñu ngi jublu élection bi waaye jàmm la si war a séntu balaa élection bi ba si élection bi after élection bi so loolu bokk na si lu nga xamante ne nii ñu ko séntu baax a baax sa si programme bi incha allah te comme ni ko jibu waxee after programme bi dina am foofu noonu dinañ make sure ne comme this peace campaign ñoom ne moo war a am dina happen incha allah ñu dugal si gox yi dugal si dëkk yi waxtaan ak yi ñu xam ne comme affaire yi jàmm moo ñu tax a jóg. So like I was saying, we have the National Programs Coordinator of Peace Corps, under whose institution Barhama is serving as the Youth Voice Ambassador. So we have on board as well to talk to us about specifically the peace aspect of the program and how much relevant it is to the development of the people. Please, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Bakari Soko.
Brother and colleague in the work that we all do. My name is Bakari Soko and I work with the Peace of the Gambia. Just to say a little bit about Peace of the Gambia. Peace of the Gambia is a youth-led social cohesion organization that works to promote the participation of young people and women in peace-building process. The organization started as a result of my participation together with my co-founder in the Peace Building Institute and the Never Again Rwanda, where we were taking through peace building and genocide studies. So when we returned from that fellowship, we decided to come up with something. And as part of that is to see that young people and women in the Gambia actively take part to promote peace. So over the years, last year, when we formed this organization, we thought of coming up with something new, something innovative. And how do we do that? We knew that there is someone. We know that there is someone that fully represents peace, someone that we can work with. His attitude and his leadership and his composure exactly talks about peace and define peace itself. Then before, myself and Barhama had a very good relationship, but him becoming the youth forces ambassador for peace of the Gambia strengthened it more. And that is why this album, Peace of Soul itself, we see ourselves in this album to see that we support it fully. To talk about the aftermath of the peace aspect of the album launch, there is already a plan. We waiting for the album to pass. We are going on what we call the vulnerable voices outreach. We are going to each region of the country to ensure that we spread this message. It's not only about those in the Congo. Peace is paramount. It's a shared responsibility. Each and every one of us has a responsibility. Whether you're a media person, a business person, sport, any whatsoever you are, or whosoever you need to take part in promoting peace. So this is not only about being a peace advocate, it's not about being an artist, it's a shared responsibility. Because if things would go some otherwise, it is also going to be affected. Whether we know it or not, this is what we need to do in order to resolve it. So since Peace of the Gambia works with the UN Peace Building Fund, we work with UNDP and UNFPA in the Gambia. We deem it necessary to see that I am Barhama is fully represented and I am Barhama is fully supported to see that the aim, the objective and the desire that we have to promote peace everywhere is fully realized. That is why through our partners we are able to see that I am Barhama is supported. And then it's important also we highlight the role that Barhama has played. Barhama he has been in the front line of promoting peace since before coming as the youth forces ambassador. But in order to coordinate efforts, that is why as we work with the UN Security Council resolutions, it's important that we try to work in line with how the world goes. That is why we came up with these youth forces. And since Barhama became the youth forces ambassador, he produced a song that we are currently encouraging everyone to listen to and to actually so that you can give yourself a free ticket. We are giving away the tickets. The only requirement is for you to do actually a video of yourself, promoting peace for Asura, and then you will get yourself ticket for the I am Barhama show. Once you do it, you can send to Barhama, and Barhama will get you the ticket for free. So basically, this is what is our stand. And then we are not only stopping at the album. We are going to each to the look and clearing of this one. And we also reach out to each and every party and so that this message that we are all spreading, this shared responsibility, we play our part in what we share. It is important, like Jibu said, UNESCO made it very clear that since wars begins in the minds of men, it is in the minds of men that the place of peace must be confirmed. And peace on earth is very good, a beautiful love is to be shared. And then that is the love that we are sharing. We are going to have fun, but the most overall goal of everything that we are doing is to ensure that government will be closed and we go there peacefully. Um, Not to remind us of anything. We've seen what had happened in 2016, and literally we did not hear gunshots or see gunshots, but we have seen how threatening everyone was. And then if you go to other countries, you see electoral violence in Kenya and how it has happened. So this album launch is set to remind Gambians that irrespective of everything that we do, there is only one thing that we all come back to, and it's being Gambia. And that is why all of us are supporting this. That is why our partners are supporting this to ensure that we promote the peace and unity that we want. Thank you very much.
Peace Corps for the job well done. There is no doubt you've been very much recognized as an outstanding institution promoting peace and, of course, preventing conflict even before they spark. So thank you so much for that. Like I said, the best is reserved for the last. So before I even give the mic to the very person for whom, as a result of whom we're here, I want to say just few things. I want people to know much more who Barhama really is, because this is someone that even from a young age I've really fancied and loved. Like he does a kind of music that always get me on my foot. But after meeting Barhama, you come to know that this young man here actually has more than you even see from the outside. Barhama is a whole embodiment of what peace is, and it doesn't matter where you come from or who you are, so long as you have a private interaction with him, or even if you see him from a distance, you will know that he's a man of peace. And also keeping in mind how experienced this man is when it comes to advocacy. He has done a lot of videos and songs on peace-related issues and issues that actually affect society. I think one of the most prominent has been that very beautiful song he did on gender-based violence. He did another on FGM, etc. So he's done a series of works regarding advocacy issues, and he has given a lot to the community, a lot to the country. I think it is only right then that when it is time for us to come together and make the change, we also give back the same amount of support, in fact, more support than any other president can think of. So on the day of this program, we all want Q City to be filled up, because someone has called, not just an ordinary artist. We're talking about one of the best artists this country has ever produced. Before you know how great Barhama is, have an interaction with someone from overseas, let's say, and the person had an opportunity to listen to him. Like everyone outside believes that he's bigger than what people think he is, and that is the whole truth. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am so much honored, to be honest, to invite, of course, the man of the soul, the reason why we're gathered here today, and the reason why we gathered on the 23rd October, inshallah, the reason why we actually understand that as an artist, there is more to what you do than just entertaining people. So all of that revolves around this great man here, Barhama Cham. I am Barhama. Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's welcome this very important, impactful, change-making, inspiration, and motivational artist. Welcome.
Media their presence. And then just to add a few things on what my people have already said, I won't say much about I am Barhama or things like that, but I will want you guys to know more about Barhama and how the journey has been over the years. Okay, music has been something that I love since I was a little boy, but I was I'm brought up in a family whereby they don't easily accept suitable music simply because they are not kids and things like that. So at the initial stage, it was really hard for me to convince my people, to convince my parents, especially my father, that music is what I want to do. Because he has always been prioritizing education over music. So his words were like, okay, if you want to do music, you have to concentrate on education, make education actually number one priority. After that, you can keep doing the music that you want to do. So I did my schooling, but before graduating, I started writing my songs and then just creating different sounds just to find a kind of sound that can be pleasing to the people out there. But one thing that I realized was I want to do music. Do I want to do it like how everybody's doing it, or do I want to do this thing for a reason? So those were questions that I've been asking myself. And then, in order to find answers, I've been visiting different veterans. Most of them, I would just go to their houses the whole day. They would play music. I would just listen to them and go back home. That was enough for me. But as I visit different veterans, I tend to learn something, which is like being a musician, having a voice alone, that's not everything. Because if you are blessed with a voice, the question is, what do you use the voice for? And music is that powerful tool that can change, whether it be positive or negative. So when I decided to choose music and be a musician, my thing is like using music as a tool of change on a positive side, as a service of humanity, not just for the glitz and glamour. That's why Barhama is totally different from so many of my colleagues. You understand? Then since I started the journey, it has been really hard. It has been really hard going up and down, trying to structure myself more of to be a better musician, not just the one with a nice voice, but the one that can talk to the people that and they will appreciate, the one that can dress good and the people will appreciate. Because to be a complete musician, it takes a lot, not just concentrated on one side, which is the voice and things like that. So I've I've been trying to bring different packages together just to make sure that this package, when it's ready, anywhere in the world that I present this thing, it's going to be something that people are going to love it. And that's what we have been doing. And thanks to God, this year, or year before last, when we get to our tour in Sweden, we have the idea that we have to do something. We have to release an album. And the question was, what should this album stand for? Do I want to release an album simply because my peers are releasing an album? Or do I want to do so simply because everyone is doing it? Do I want to follow the hype? That's not what I want to do. I want to stand for something different. Despite people are, doing music for this side, doing music for that side, but I'm represent something, and that is what the peace in me, the advocacy in me, the humbleness in me, and things like that. I see that if I have to release an album, there are certain things that this album should represent, and peace being one of it. You understand? Because now if we are here today, if every one of us is here today, it's because of we are in a peaceful environment. The fact that we are having a concert is because of the Gambia is peaceful. And then as musicians, as public figures, it's always our right and our responsibility to make sure that the people that are listening to us, we feed them with the right messages through our songs. Because before, people used to listen to the vibe and get educated from the sound. But now generation is changing up to an extent that most of us are just, see music from the entertainment side, not just education. And music will be nicer, if at all. It's education combined with entertainment. You understand? I think that those kind of music will be the kind of music that will forever be around. So that's what who Barhama is, and that's what Barhama represents. So today we are here on the high table to talk to the media, to talk to the people wherever you are. That I Am Barhama is happening on the 23rd of October, right? At live at Q City, and everybody is invited. This is a night of peace, and to stand for peace is everyone's responsibility. So that night, we want everybody to come. We'll feed you with the vibe. You understand? We'll feed you with inspiration, and then we also feed you with education about peace and how we should stand by that peace. Because I believe I am Barhama, but you are Barhama, we are Barhama, everybody is Barhama, because Barhama stands for peace, and peace is in everybody. Whether it might be sleeping sometimes, but we just want to make sure that day we help each and every one of us to awaken it if at all it was sleeping. So that's it. And then this day, it's possible because of the people that are supporting it. And I would, we would close this press conference without saying thank you to all the sponsors. You understand, all the sponsors, because really, if you look at people have really supported this event. You understand, and then I will start with GRA, which is the Gambia Revenue Authority. They have really supported this thing, and then I'm saying a big thanks to them. Then to QCell Gambia, you understand? Mohammed Jan, the whole team, they really supported this one. And then going to GCCI, thanks so much. EM Holdings, thanks so much for the support. You understand? National Center for Arts and Culture, of course. Anybody can have a arts Gambia so I'm saying a big thanks to them, and then of course to Red Cross, because through Red Cross, let's discover this time that we do today. So I won't have anything in the call FT for now through Red Cross, Latore. I'm going to give you some tela, Tessing the Bahamate, but it told or Ligado, Red Cross, like Mena, for Red Cross Japanese Muba, taxi to my people to Nigahamani, they are in the country now, do what. They are ready to take over, which is E-Zone. Understand? The Muneka online shipping and shopping company. You have any set process of as time goes on, then get this more of their living. And then to the big guys, which is UNFPA, the Gambia, Japanese top, because come look back at which is the Monica small boss being having Monica, the piece of the Gambia, you have to be walking. Through Yom, at the point that we have been doing when it comes to peace and then make it so that the message is here by people out there. UNFPA Gambia with their full support towards Barhama, the album. Today we are launching this album, The Advocates for Peace. But everybody out there, not the mama I'm the voice, and mama want to talk about peace. You need the responsibility to stand for. You need the responsibility to talk about. You need the responsibility to dance for, to shout about. Understand? And everything you have the peace what na tore. So jama di na tore si kiri. Understand? Si poli ani. You get ko si pere si company. You get no them jama di si school. Understand that? Because sa jama mo sa jama. Sa jama mo sa jama. So it's better for us to give peace to one another. Understand? Because Gambia we are being called the smiling coast of Africa for a reason. So, not to keep you guys here, I'm not from here to tomorrow. Okay, I mean, no, you understand? Come no go ahead, because fee plus in the press conference. The kid could do a fee, and do a plus different. That'll dig. Okay, fee, it's called Black Magic Cafe. Black Magic Cafe. Plus bu Esra, perbuatan kalian the plus bidal, keeping up the good once if you got that. The way the place is, you understand, the way said works in the environment be, you talk in the fun yang you kuba. Kasi piti like that, kasi siguro juga si Tina how na kala mudanya. So understand. So Black Magic Cafe, Latikara, the whole team, we are saying thanks so much. Appreciating everything, and then the touch my team you have the man because lu nicely you told me to say Barhama piano select but guy you know you go Barhama is just that guy they have the lu next because they want power, but power is not the thing, but the force around power more the big thing. So if I'm powerful today, it's because of my team, it's because of the fans, it's because of the media, and everybody can have one way or the other. Yang ejak sebelum ada. So ñeneen ñi nag ñi nga xam ne ñu si biti compagnie si nga xam ne ñoo sax still now check it si ñëwee still now di ko delloo we appreciate the support still. So di wax gars yi ne jërëjëf di leen di toog dajee waaye pare moom nga xam naa gars yi dañu ci leen wax thanks so much for everything.
Képp koo xamante ne ni support nga programme bi rek xamal ne sax boobu nga nekk di support and at the same time tamit yaa ngi support Gambian si Because at the end of the day, I mean, a peaceful elections, you need by banning to peaceful. Comme nous avons so vous avez teew fii nii tey ñëpp ñëw toog di mën a déglu because jaama leen di am so leneen sama jaama boobu noonu bu baax a baax a baax ba pare di leen fàtte su leen jógee fii ngay ñëwaat ana ay nit jàkkaarloo ak Black Magic Café bi am lépp lu nga xamante ne nii dina ko soxla si wàllu mbéy ak naan ak waxtaan waaw so léegi dina def parce que xam ne ne press conference la fu ñu am question and answer session so dina roll out mic si ñi nga xamante ñu jógee si presse bi lépp lu nga xamante ni bu ngeen ko laaj ngeen laajte ko si any language yeah so for the sake of those that understand English more you know I want to first of all say thank you very much to Barhama for a wonderful deliberation. Like I said, this day belongs to all of us. Anyone that supports this day is actually doing it for yourself because at the end of the day, when we're able to establish peace, we're able to come together and ensure that all the things that we want to do are done, all the endeavors that we want to engage in are also available for us to engage in. So what we would do is we roll out the mics for, in order to receive questions and get them answered. And as we all gear up to ensure that we prepare immensely for the program on the 23rd of this month. Make sure you free up your schedule on Saturday and Sunday. To the girls that want to do makeup and all of that, make sure you're done with everything you're supposed to do and start doing them. And on Sunday, make sure you have nothing on your plate because the amount of dances you do there, you will definitely need enough time to rest, to sleep, and actually have fun. So I'll allow Master 4 to facilitate the question and answer session as we head up to hear from you what you want to clarify or what you want to inquire about, and we will get those answers to you right away, inshallah.
It is short and precise because for him to get whatever you were saying. Each journalist, at least, one so that everyone can have the opportunity to ask whatever he want to ask for him. Thank you.
After choosing music as my occupation, doing music for quite a while, I realized that if I should release my first album, it should be something that reminds the people of how nice peace is. Because even through creating music, I should have peace in myself first before having the chance to do the kind of music that I'm doing. So it's always right for me to remind the people how important it is for us to be peaceful. You understand? And then to create peace in everything that we do. So that's the reason why we named this album after the bringer of peace. And then that's how it is. When it comes to how people are reacting to this thing, my Barhama's event has never been, some chabba thing, So, you understand? And and it's been quite a while. I've been going to so many shows, but I have never staged a show as Barhama. So this is gonna be that night when everybody will have a full package of what I've been working on and what exactly I stand for. So it's gonna be a night. It's gonna be a great night in South Africa. First time I'm launching an album because I was in a group called the Kennedy Family. I'm still in the group called the Kennedy Family, but at the moment we are not together. They're in Senegal, so I'm here. So I've been on the solo career for 2 to 3 years. So we've done an EP together, but we have never released an album. So this is the first album of my career. So that's why it means a lot to me. You understand? It means a lot to me. And then the second thing is like how many songs? Hopefully, inshallah, we will have 10 songs plus one bonus. 10 songs plus one bonus. And every song in the album is going to be a hit by the grace of God.
Concerning about the securities, I can assure you this event is going to be a different event from all other concerts. Like, his first priority is the security. And as we are speaking, we are bringing the PIU officers, we are bringing private team masters, we are also bringing the anti-crime. And I want to make this very clear, if you are coming with a vehicle, no vehicle is entering inside Team City. And in fact, at that red road, all vehicles are parking around the Nawek area. No vehicle is allowed to enter inside. Even the journalists that are coming, your vehicles are not allowed inside. Because last time we have this problem. When the crowd, when we have too much of people outside, it's always difficult. The setup that we are doing for this event is different from any other setup. So we want the people to have easy access to the gate. So if you're coming to the show, you can park outside, and this is why we are bringing the anti-crime to secure outside, so they will be there to patrol for those who are stealing and then breaking the vehicles as well. Yeah.
Nothing was actually stopping us. Perhaps Corona was. I said a few years ago, like precisely a year or two ago, we harbored the idea to work on a solo album, like you said. It used to be Kenji Family. The rest of my in Senegal buys here. So to do a solo album right now, which is working on, the idea was harbored. It's an idea roughly. And then we were challenged with coronavirus. So having to stage a program of that caliber, we don't want Corona to be the exception there. But basically, when it was launched properly towards this year, beginning of the year, we felt okay, fine. This year was a suitable time to launch the album, but nothing was actually stopping us precisely. Perhaps I would say Allah wanted to be now, so it's now.
As my guy earlier said, this is just the beginning of something. You understand? Because we are on a journey to make sure that we spread peace all over. And launching this album is just going to be one phase. And after launching the album, obviously we're going throughout the country just to make sure that this message gets to everyone out there. That's one of the next project that we'll be working on. This album, and then even this night, is that night when we try to use music actually to change the mindset of so many young people. Not just coming to a concert and then being entertainment from starting to ending and go home like that, without any inspiration, without any education. So this night, it's that night when like we want to use our music, our voice, to remind our fellow young people how important it is for us to stand by the peace of our country, for us to be peaceful to our fellow brothers and sisters, for us to be peaceful for the smiling coast, you understand? Because politics, elections will come and go, but the peace is here to stay. So before the election, during the election, and after the election, we should remind one another how important it is for us to prepare ourselves to protect the peace that we are a part of. So that's the impact that we want to make sure after this year it gets to the mindset of every young people coming to the soul. The album, I don't have much collabs. The reason why is Barhama have been doing so many collabs. Up to an extent, some people will say that Barhama not collaborated with them. Vega, I haven't sold people anything yet. You know what I'm saying? I got a whole lot of things, you know, the background. So this album, I just have two collabs, understand? And then one of them, the song that I released not long ago with Oh Boy, and the other one is gonna be the same. For that one, I guys will talk about it.
Clear to the journalist. You know, like when you are coming to provide event, you need to set up like 2 hours or an hour before you kick off, before the show starts. Like when the show is starting by 9 o'clock, you have to be on board by 7 o'clock latest. If I'm coming with a vehicle that contains cameras, you have to come early, get inside, set up, then you move on. You understand? Now coming to the other side, you know, we didn't even at Tuesday, and then we have this problem with a whole lot of artists. You cannot come to a show and come with thousands of people, a battalion, you understand? Your fellow artist is doing an event. Some of these artists will not even post your flyer to support you. I can say this, Barham is the only artist that I've been seeing promoting other artists, so 100%. That one I can confirm it, and some of you can confirm. As you rightly said, and anyone who invites him to his event, he must appear, no matter how difficult it is. There was a show I attended, he was not feeling okay. I saw this brother, he said, well, I will try to perform. I was like, is this boy really okay? Who will invite me to a show? I'm sick, and you are not paying me. I come and perform. Me is taking me in bank, and I will not do it. So that is love, you understand? So the artists that are coming to perform, if you don't come early when it's time for Barham to perform, we will close all performance. Even Bob Marley fall down, he's not gonna perform. Unless and until the artist that you have collabo with, maybe he wanna have, we wanna mix up the performance, then we can allow that. But other than that, if artists don't perform before 2 a.m., you are not going to perform. We want to make these changes. You understand? Backstage is always groovy. And to the upcoming artists, if you perform, all the upcoming artists are performing each one track. That's just a pass through. Perhaps it's given them that opportunity. You understand? So if you perform one track, leave the stage, leave the backstage, and can do the show as an upcoming artist. The main artist, we will give you that opportunity to have interview with the journalists and so on and backstage. When you perform, if perhaps is coming on stage, you want to clear the backstage. We don't want nobody to feel offended. Because this is his day, I think he needs to be given that respect also to do his thing. So let's try and understand each other as well. Because when you are doing your event, when perhaps perform, you leave your stage and go and enjoy your event. If you perform, you feel like going home, no problem. I think that point is also clear. I also want to talk about one thing, that is the ticketing side. We close it down all tickets till the day of the event by 12 midday. The reason why we are doing this, sometimes we have some boys who sell 4 tickets at the day of the event. And trust me, like on Saturday will be something different, because if they caught anyone selling tickets, even you are from Barhama's team selling your advance ticket outside, let's say the gate is 400, the advance is 200, and you sell it at 300 or 250, we will catch you and we will take the ticket from you. And this is the information that we are giving to the security. And I want the team also to make it very strictly to those who are selling their tickets. Because some people come to the show and say, I bought ticket to people who are selling advance tickets and the ticket is spoiled. So the security is also, this cause problems at the game. So this goes to the general public. If you are buying tickets, buy tickets early as well. So don't come to the gate and see the boys selling tickets outside and you want to buy, you might buy the wrong ticket. All right.
Someone, I'm not saying this because he's here, but in our work we promote what is called an underground artist, considering how we all started. We tried to launch an event back in the years called Classic. Classic was a show called Classic Gets to Denver. On that show, we said every performing artist that would pass by would be an underground artist. Any other big artist, the final fake ticket to enjoy. And that is how Classic used to be. And a lot of people are here will attest to that. Some of our underground artists, we have a problem with them when it comes to the issue of timing. When you ask to perform on time and you want to shine, come and find your shine. Don't wait until, that ST that has struggled to be there already at platinum. I've already come here, you want to shine with him on the same platform. Privileges are different. All I will tell you, when you come to me backstage, I tell you something when this morning. Ask him. Sometimes we are there and they'll be like, no, Kalemo Amelis. When you come to me, my final stage, I tell you, no, don't perform. So when how malasa. Don't perform. So next time when you're given the privilege to perform, you respect it. That is what gets you to the next stage in music.
Do you sensitize them on that?
An artist, every walk of life have ethics. Even music, even journalism have an ethic. That's why they will tell you go and study the ethics of journalism. So you cannot expect me to come and teach artists and say, why can't I'm a day long teaching of show one time in the new. So when you are following it how I'm following it up. We cannot do that. We expect them to know better. But we want to respect. We want to respect the fact that we will promote what they do and uplift their music. But we want them to respect what they do as well. I hope we are understanding. It's nothing personal to their music, but we would uplift them at the right time that they show up. And if they respect our procedures, as my colleague said, we'll work on that strictly. This is production. We want to ensure we work towards that.
Thank you very much. I think that's very important. Yeah, we want to say a very big thank you to you, and as well all the attendants of this wonderful program. Okay, so we take the last question.
Anyone who is selling ticket $300 then that might maybe it's a 4 tickets. Just let me make it clear. No one has bought like 1,000 tickets or 500 tickets that you want to resell. And if you have to resell it, you are not going to resell it for $300. You might resell it at the same price that we are selling it. If you are doing that, you don't give you the price of $200, you give you maybe $300 if you want to do that. So we had to do it in English. I have never seen it. People are doing it though, but for me personally, I don't accept it because normally people play 30 games on that. So just go to the gate and get your ticket. That's my advice. If you don't have your advance ticket, go to the gate and get. If you don't get any ticket from the gate, then you might get the wrong ticket. Yeah.
Yes, and the gate ticket colors are going to be different. So if you decide to, involve yourself in forgery, then it is easy to detect it, and it is criminal, so you can be taken to court. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, but if you buy a war, hey, I'm coming. Mulwari, can you see how excited I am for that category? So buy you them from you, hanga chabahalen, nyamal no haman ni mongena sing to inshallah si Facebook. So the golden boys, like ever ready, senior was an end, and I'm I will about it. So ladies and gentlemen, let's hear from Barhama. We know when the galami aman best for
Nyinkano min ben kono afela kata ila kano wolente nyama Nyinkano min ben kono afela kata Kamboindi naman samso Kansereng naman samso Ya nako midam belen Midam belen mo ko mo ko se belen Kakala kuya sini yo kuya se kumboni nore Kakala kuya sini yo kuya se kumboni no kano kamunya mandile mo jama besiri chadula kano lewonya mandile Don't besiri kampama kano lewonya sini besiri besino kano lewonya mandile Badin fulol besam kakane kan kuwale yatinade Yay, kami ada kamu banyak kami kumaku bakul kugi semayasa kuna misi nangai nau kai je balatere kuko khamne kuna samaya dem nada samara kiya dem nada sama bai dem nadon samara ki bai dem nadon ale yang jangine Mina Pina, Sumadine Yatuna, Sumadek Yatuna, Adam Yamata Nekuta, Lepuma Yamakata. Yaisuma Sandi Yaram, Daga Amajipok Yaram, Look family Malaka Con jungle mai, cây vải có bao nhiêu nhiều. Jungle mai vải, yo rek jungle mai cây vải. Sumagi suma jungle mai, da family be kamu mata, mansa kamu makina kala sere.
Thank you very much, Barhama.
soo bëggee jot xaalis bàyyeekoo UK Europe USA Canada Switzerland ak àddina wërngal képp Supersonix Money Transfer ñu ngi ci ànd ak yéen ak yónneekaay xaalis bu gën a màgg ci Gambia mën nga jot xaalis fépp fi nga ne bàyyeekoo kaatong ba koyna te doo ci am benn jafe-jafe waaw mën nga jot xaalis bàyyeekoo ci sa ay mbokka ak am di jàmma nekk ci UK Europe US Canada Switzerland ak àddina wërngal képp ak suñu yónneekaay xaalis bu màgg bi nga xam ne dafa wóor gaaw te noppale fii si biir Gambia Supersonix Money Transfer ñu ngi ci ñetti fukk ak ñeent dëkk si biir Afrika ngir jox leen melowaay yu gën si jotum xaalis bi nga xam ne kenn du ko laam-laamee saytu leen ñu si Google Play Store wala App Store ngir mun a bindu si suñ app bi di Supersonix Money Transfer app ndax ngeen mun a bànneexu si suñ money transfer services yi ay mbégte rek la ak Supersonix.
Good news. Doctor Nine.
Money
coronavirus. Kon génn leen ngeen dem jël pengu coronavirus.